Today's my birthday. Look, I'm wearing my birthday shirt. See, this says May down here. I'm sorry I haven't been around here lately. I've had a health crisis. I had a bloody nose every single day for a week, Monday through Friday. And then on Friday, I could not get that bloody nose to stop. It was horrible. It was just, it looked like those things that you see on anime where they're gushing out. It was pretty bad. So I had to pinch my nose really hard and have my husband rush me to the hospital, where they proceeded to put a rhino rocket up my nose to get it to stop. And rhino rocket sounds like a funny name, but let me tell you, it hurt like hell. And then they told me I have really high blood pressure. When I went in a few days later to get them to take the rhino rocket out, they told me it was too early, but my blood pressure was so ridiculously high. They're afraid if they sent me home, I would die. So they run a battery test. I passed them all, and I went home and came back a few days later to have it removed again. And again, they told me I had really high blood pressure, and I needed to see a doctor. By that point, I had already made an appointment, and I have to take medication every day for the rest of my life now. So I would suggest you take good care of yourself. You're the only you have, and please get your blood pressure checked, and not do like I do, wait until I got a massive bloody nose to find out. I want to talk about POVs today. POV, or point of view, means the eyes and ears of your story, and it's important to pick the right one. I was told you can also showcase that character's feelings when something happens in any given scene. Here's a list of POVs and how they're used to help you decide on which is the right POV for your story. First person POV. This one is actually a very hard POV to do well. It involves I and me in the storytelling, and you're in the head of the protagonist only. What she or he sees, hears, or feels is what is offered to you in the storytelling. First person used primarily by chick lit, urban fantasy, YA, and others. A lot of writers prefer first person narrative because you can really get into the head of your protagonist. Second person POV, used only rarely, in which the point of view of a narrative work is used in the voice of the onlooker, which is you, the reader. For instance, the text you read may read something like, "You went to school this morning." It is written as you. See this, you, hear that. Not my favorite POV. It feels clunky. I saw this when my nephew was in the 90s. My nephew read these books called Pick Your Own Adventure, Pick Your Own Ending, and he adored them. He gobbled them up. And oh, that's rain. I keep hearing something. I was wondering what it was. Anyway, and they were just popular for a short time. They seemed to be a fad. Third person POV can be told in two ways. Third person singular, which stays strictly with one person in each scene. Deep third person also stays strictly with one person per scene, but goes deeper into that person's narrative almost as deeply as first person, and is written with she and he, sees this or hears that. It's more universally accepted by publishers of fantasy, science fiction, romance, any subgenre, and many other genres. Omnipotent POV, or narrative POV. This type of storytelling is not used very much anymore, except for like chick lit and children's literature. It's a type of floating narrative that used to be primarily used before the 1980s or so. You can be in anyone's head at any given moment. It's you're floating above the action. It was used for time in the early Gothics and horror genres, but could be in anything from romance to science fiction. I recently read an example of an early Annie McCafferty's novel. It had this loose floating POV, which I found confusing. Whose head are we in now? Who knows? And add to that, the omnipotent POV reads like head hopping, and most editors frown on their writers using it. What is the POV that I use? I use deep third-person POV. I find that I can showcase both the heroine and the hero's POV only the scenes they're in, of course. You get that POV and tell the story. It tells the story well. I hope this helps you with your own writing. Please like and share, and I'll make another vlog next week. Please like and share, and I will get back to you. Thank you. Bye.